million years ago, dinosaurs ruled the Earth, along with lesser reptiles, including a species much like the crocodiles we know today. The dinosaurs are gone, but the crocodile has endured and still reigns supreme in its domain. In the warm waters of Africa, crocodiles are the absolute rulers, with no natural enemies to challenge them. The Thompson's gazelles seem oblivious to the lurking danger. They try to cross the river and find themselves completely at the mercy of their invisible enemy. Meanwhile, a gazelle, cut off from the rest, fights for its life in the shallow water. Amazingly, it manages to escape. The gazelles should now be on their guard, but their thirst is overpowering. The crocodiles have only to wait. Only a small ripple betrays the deadly danger. The crocodile waits several hours to eat its catch. First, it breaks the big bones in the carcass, so it'll be easier to tear apart. The blood in the water attracts catfish, which feed on stray morsels of flesh. Crocodiles may seem to be primitive, expressionless, but they actually communicate with a complex body language. A male will lift its head and tail out of the water to signify hostility to a rival. But that's only one of an escalating scale of threatening gestures. The weaker crocodile will signify defeat by exposing its vulnerable throat. But if neither combatant backs off, there must be a test of strength, which can be bloody. Crocodile fights are most common during the mating season, which here in East Africa takes place in October and November. The sandy shallows are prime battlegrounds because they're favorite gathering places for females. Reptiles were the first real land animals, since they don't have to lay their eggs in the water. Insemination takes place within the body of the female, before the eggshell has formed. The male possesses a penis-like organ which he must insert into the female's cloaca. Before mating, crocodiles engage in lengthy foreplay. The insemination itself takes only a few minutes, but consummating it can take more than an hour. It's January. Time for the females to find a safe place to lay their eggs. This female has already dug an impressive hole. As if in a trance, she's deep in her most important task. The fate of the year's brood depends on these few hours of work. For 20 minutes, egg after egg appears. There can be up to 100 eggs in a nest, although the average is about 30 to 40. Finally, the egg laying is done. The female rises, supporting her body with her muscular tail to protect the eggs from being crushed. She immediately begins to fill in the nest. It must be well camouflaged, for its contents would be a feast for the many egg robbers in the area. Again and again, the female tamps down the sand. There must be no telltale sign that the precious eggs lie beneath the surface. If the nest is found, there will be no survivors.
Crocodile will continue on Discovery Sunday.
Crossing the Atlantic, Monday on Frontiers of Flight.
Ready?
This quality time was made possible by GMAC. With financing and leasing that can be arranged for your new GM vehicle fast, right at the dealership. Because GMAC believes you should be out enjoying your new car instead of waiting for it to be financed.
Well, what'd you think?
Can we go again?
GMAC, the expressway home.
Ready?
So you switched from whole milk to skim and you're eating granola?
Oh, don't tell me.
Yep, it's loaded with fat. But Kellogg's low-fat granola has half the fat and every ounce of the taste. For today's granola fans, Kellogg's low-fat granola, now without raisins, too.
In Alaska, you'll find 586,000 square miles of untamed wilderness, 17 of the tallest peaks in the U.S., 427 species of birds, and more than 100,000 glaciers. What you'll find is just one way to experience it, Princess. Because there's no place on Earth like Alaska and no cruise line like Princess. It's more than a cruise, it's the Love Boats.
Can you find the Oldsmobile in this picture? We'll give you another try. Here's a hint. It's competition red, has four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and a hot V6 engine. It's the Achieva Sport Coupe. Surprise. It's your money.
All hands report to stations. Prepare the ship for inspection.
We can enjoy the precious moments at home because they're out here keeping those moments secure. The Navy out here today safeguarding your tomorrow.
Graceful and mysterious, cunning and carnivorous. Stalk something wild and find out what threatens the threatening. The Return of the Lynx. Next on Discovery Sunday.
Manu, home to more species than any other place on Earth. Spirits of the rainforest. Explore your world.
Discovery Sunday now continues with Crocodile.
After passing a chilly night, creatures of all kinds bask in the warm sun. For the crocodiles, sunbathing is a matter of survival. They stay close to the nests, not eating for weeks at a time, until the young are safely hatched. The wait is over for this female. The cries of her young can be heard underground. With each day, they grow louder. Their squawking alerts the mother that they'll need her help. In response to her movements, the underground chorus swells. The young are ready to break through. The female's mighty jaw, with its murderous teeth, now moves with amazing care, even tenderness. One baby after another is carefully placed in her mouth, a secure place if there ever was one. When her mouth is filled, the mother makes her way to the water to deposit the first load. More of the young free themselves from their shells. The female hurries so as not to leave them unprotected for too long. She works more roughly now, but she has no time to waste because her other young are in the water, alone and defenseless. The female is now picking up the stragglers, still in their shells. Most of the young were able to break through the shell on their own, using a horny bump on the tip of their snouts. The soil, though, is quite hard, and many have needed their mother's help to dig themselves out. It used to be thought that crocodiles were not good mothers, but about 20 years ago, that myth was dispelled. It's now known that they lavish attention on their young. Finally, the mother disappears into the river with the last of her young. But her work is far from over. For the next 3 months, the female will watch over her squirming brood and keep their enemies at bay. For now, they still feed on the remains of their egg sacs. Soon, though, they'll begin to hunt insects. Adult crocodiles have no natural enemies. They can weigh up to a ton, and no animal is safe from them. They are stealthy underwater swimmers. A foot of water is enough to make them invisible. But this crocodile is making no effort to hide. The zebra herd has not noticed it and seems determined to cross the river. A foal has followed the wrong group. Hearing its mother's call, it turns around. The crocodile lets the adult zebras pass. It will go for the easiest target. With a few flips of its tail, the crocodile moves in for the kill. The news gathered together as tightly as possible. The whirlwind of hooves and horns presents a barrier that's intimidating even to a crocodile. The animals have crossed the river safely, but on the steep riverbank, the crowding is dangerous. In a panic, the animals try to scramble to safety. Finally, the herd finds a way out of the chaos, but single animals remain behind, some with broken limbs. The crocodile's time has come. Often, crocodiles do not even have to bother to hunt, because large herds can lose many animals when they cross a river. A large part of the crocodile's diet is carrion. Oddly, though, despite their awesome killing power, the crocodile's jaws are not well suited to chewing. They must wait for the flesh to partially decompose before it can be consumed.
Crocodile will continue on Discovery Sunday.
A Tale of Two Weddings, Monday on Discovery Showcase.
When's the last time you had your Wheaties?
Long time.
Yeah?
It's been a long time.
Do you remember how great they taste?
It was a little bland.
Oh, wait a minute.
There wasn't much to it.
Come on.
Not a lot of flavor, no.
Oh, well, try Wheaties again and see what you think now.
I don't know why I've been staying away from this. Must be a childhood thing, but...
Probably something you're blocking, yeah.
This is pretty good.
Come back to the toasted whole wheat taste.
Tastes like whole wheat toast.
Aha.
Crunchy. Very good.
Make your own comeback to Wheaties. Look for your valuable coupon in this Sunday's Parade magazine.
So, what are we doing today?
I'd like to go buy some flowers.
Oh, I know a place we can go buy some flowers.
Great. Then maybe the theater to catch something?
Yeah, catch something.
Only Ford Explorer combines the luxury of more space with the ruggedness of four-wheel drive.
And then I thought a nice candlelight dinner.
Yeah, candlelight dinner.
Ford Explorer. The world's just too big to be left unexplored.
Explore your world.
The faces of discovery are the faces of the world. When you set your sights on the fascination of real-world entertainment, find yourself here. The Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
Has Saturday night lost its magic?
Boy, you girls sure are cute.
And I don't eat meat, because I'm a veterinarian.
Oh, boy. Hello?
You know what I'm talking about.
Not a clue.
Honey, you look finer than a new set of snow tires.
You know, you just might want to stay home with HBO Saturday Nights. A never-before-seen on HBO movie every Saturday night, 52 Saturday nights a year. Guaranteed.
While you're home, order a Bigfoot pizza from Pizza Hut and find out how to try a free month of HBO.
Sooner or later, we all have a cracked windshield to deal with. We here at Autoglass One specialize in correcting this problem. While you wait, Autoglass One can repair small breaks in your windshield without replacing it. The repair keeps the brake from spreading and greatly reduces the visibility of the brake. The cost, only $25. Most insurance companies will waive your deductible and pay the complete cost of the repair. So instead of this, consider this. Autoglass One, where Autoglass is our business, not a sideline. Open 7 days a week.
Discovery Sunday now continues with Crocodile.
At first glance, the waters of Africa may look unspoiled, but they're no longer nature's safe havens. In East Africa, the population is rising, and with it, the demand for scarce water. The Tana River in northeast Kenya flows through a hot, sparse semi-desert. Thousands of nomads and their herds depend on it. Especially valuable are the small, fertile strips along the banks. Simple irrigation canals help increase yields of bananas, corn, rice, and sugarcane. People also use the river to do their household tasks, to wash the laundry and do the dishes. Crocodiles have learned to hunt herds of farm animals, as well as the humans who tend to them. In Africa, crocodiles are responsible for more deaths than any other wild animal. Here on the Tana, there are as many as 3 attacks per week. This constant threat has led to the merciless hunting of the crocodiles. Also playing a role is the demand for crocodile skin. Their numbers have been so decimated that in 1973, the crocodile was placed on the endangered species list. Hunting crocodiles is fairly easy. When light is shined on them, the crocodile's eyes can be seen from a long distance. They're an easy mark for a good shot. But these men have not come to hunt. They come from a crocodile farm. Their mission is to take the crocodiles alive. Their only weapon is a wire noose. The team has worked together many times before. Each man knows exactly what to do. Once the crocodile is exhausted, a second noose is tied around its snout. While it's being dragged alongside the boat, it's practically helpless. Simple adhesive tape is enough to render the jaws harmless. The muscles that open them are relatively weak. Finally, gauze is applied to the animal's eyes for protection. Completely drained of energy after the 20-minute fight, it has given up all resistance. The crocodile is wrapped in cloth for the trip to the farm. Even more important for the farm than catching the animals is gathering the crocodile's eggs. On the farm, breeding conditions are carefully monitored. The temperature is kept at a constant 87 degrees. Here, 95% of the eggs hatch, while in the wild, the rate is little more than 50%. Only 1 in 50 crocodiles grows old enough to reproduce at least once. Most of the young are helped out of the egg and immediately dipped into a disinfecting bath, something the mother could hardly provide. In the wild, many young crocodiles die of infection because their bellies are not completely closed when they hatch. After the first few days in the nursery, the young crocodiles pass the rest of their short lives in large covered basins at a balmy 90 degrees. Although, as carnivores, they need a constant supply of meat, they're relatively cheap to breed because of their high fertility rate and because their low metabolism calls for relatively little food. For those in the tanks, the end comes in about 3 years. After 2 years, their most rapid period of growth is behind them, and only the increased demand for larger skins buys them a few more months of life. The commercial farming of crocodiles has developed rapidly over the past 15 years. The meat is served in gourmet restaurants, and some of the fashion-conscious can't do without their skins. The skins of farm-raised animals are far superior in quality to those of the wild variety. 500 farms worldwide have flooded the market. Wild crocodiles are only hunted now to fill the demand for large skins, which are still expensive to produce commercially. Did selling the skins of these animals save those of their fellows in the wild? In the short term, perhaps. But no amount of crocodile farming will alter one critical fact. The territory where wild crocodiles live is shrinking. And it's fairly clear who will continue to win the uneven struggle between settler and reptile. On the other hand, in their 200 million years on Earth, crocodiles have seen many a species come and go.
Tales of creation, visions of the gods. Visit a magical, exotic land inhabited by rare species and hidden tribes. Tuesday on Spirits of the Rainforest, only on the Discovery Channel. Explore your world.